Hey, I have a question. What would it take for Christians to admit that God has been responsible for both good and evil? Take Satan, for example, and I'm not even talking about the New Testament version. In the Old Testament, the Ha-Satan, or the adversary, pretty much acted exclusively on God's orders. He was an enforcer, traveling around the world and bringing accusations against anyone he found who did not have their accounts square with God. Kind of like Heaven's version of Peter Clemenza from The Godfather.
It's me!
You know, Michael's in church doing the whole religious thing, while Fat Pete is the one shooting mob bosses in an elevator. But of course, Michael was ultimately responsible for Peter's actions, because Peter acted as his agent in committing those crimes. I mean, if I were to say Hitler killed roughly 6 million Jews in the Holocaust, I think most Christians would agree with that statement, even though to my knowledge, Hitler himself never fired a weapon at a Jew or dropped a cyanide pellet into a gas chamber. And that's because reasonable people understand that Hitler was in charge of the Nazi regime, and that made him responsible for the Holocaust. And yet, when God gave the Ha-Satan permission to snuff out Job's sons and daughters, or sent the angel of the Lord to kill the firstborn Egyptians, Christians somehow excuse God even though those barbaric events were carried out by his agents and with his blessing. I wonder how Christians justify this problem.
I say this, anything that God commands is moral.
Oh yeah, that's how.
Leave the gun.
Take the cannoli.